so.
Yeah, Pope's promo was amazing on Impact.
Yeah, he did. I didn't see it coming either, man. He saw the sneak attack, and then what did he do? He kissed her because he knew she was just setting him up, so he got a kiss out of it anyway. And then he put her on the ground. He just let her go and fell on her ass, and then he stuffed a dollar bill in her chest and all that shit. It was beautiful.
Right. Yeah, it was. They came across.
Didn't they debut the Orlando Jordan stuff? Because I actually didn't see that. I heard somebody talking about it, and I skimmed. I guess I skimmed through certain parts of Impact. I didn't see that. At the end.
He came down from the ceiling. He's got like construction tape or police tape.
Yeah, I saw a picture earlier in the week.
And then he's got his. They did a backstage promo. He came down from the rafters, and then they did a backstage promo after it was over. And he's got a valet who I'm not sure what her name is. And then the white gay guy that sits next to him is his real life boyfriend in.
What do you mean sits next to him? Because this is what I heard. He comes out of the ceiling, and then he sits down, but it's in between a guy and a girl, and you're supposed to guess which one he's with or something like that?
Something like that, dude. It was real weird. And then they did, with the backstage promo, he was in the middle of them both as well. And Jeremy Boras was back there and was like, I have no idea what that was all about. And Taz and Tenay were on commentary saying, what the fuck, dude? It was the debut of the gimmick last night. Because he hadn't been
There's going to be some of that shit on every week's TV now?
I guess, dude. Well, it's a controversial angle, and they're getting media attention, especially.
You know what else was kind of controversial on Impact last night? It was the first blood match with the knockouts. At one point, Daphne broke a broomstick in half, and she had a real sharp piece of a broomstick, and she was trying to shove it and tear his eye, and it was in the scene in a movie where somebody's got a knife and they're trying to stab you, so they grab the wrist and you're trying to see who's stronger. He's getting it close to your eye. Oh, you pull it away. It was like that with the stick, and it was like, what the fuck is this? It was just weird to me. I don't know. I flipped out at that point.
I mean, as a whole, man, I was obviously on Raw last night with it being the post-WrestleMania show, but as a whole, TNA Impact was definitely down.
You were not on Raw. I was talking to you in the beginning of the show about Raw, and you said, fuck Shawn Michaels, I like the Wolfpack. Those was your exact words.
No. Well, I
like the Wolfpack too, but don't say fuck Shawn Michaels. He's the man. What are we talking about?
Well, they hyped it up throughout the show, dude. With the video packages, and when you got to the end of the show, I was ready for that. I got 2 TVs, so I do TNA Impact on one and Raw on the other one. But I was on Raw.
You're better than me because you got 2 TVs.
Yeah. You ain't got 2 TVs?
I got 1 TV that's probably bigger than your 2 TVs combined, you little prick.
Oh, Jesus. Well,
you know about the big screen. I got the boss that hooks up the bonuses every year, man.
Well, I thought you got rid of that. I thought somebody took that on you.
My mom pawned it when I was in New York. When I asked her to send it to me, she said she couldn't. I said, why? And then I never found out any reason. They just said we couldn't find a box for it. And then when I finally moved back here, it was here. And they said, we had pawned it when you asked for it. I had the pawn sticker on it and everything. Fucking jerk offs, but I still got it.
People in the chat room, Clark is a huge mark. It's that same guy. It's Fire Boone in the chat room. Somebody's got a screen name. Fire Boone in the chat room. I'm not a
Fire Boone. Is that what it is?
I'm not a TNA mark. It's just that as far as if you're asking me to compare WWE Raw versus TNA Impact on a weekly basis, and last night. I'll admit to you, last night, Raw over Impact, without a doubt. Raw was awesome. If Raw is the better show, I will gladly admit that Raw
was way better than Impact. And it's almost the exact opposite the past few weeks. Impact's been way better than Raw, I thought.
Oh, no doubt.
Nothing would have touched Raw.
And you can see that with TNA Impact. I mean, it's a little bit more edgy, you know what I mean? I think TNA caters to that 18 to 49 demographic. And the WWE caters to that too. But as far as storylines, I just think TNA is a little bit more edgy and a little bit more based towards adults. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just, TNA's got their stupid, corny stuff as well. But as a whole, usually I'm more of a fan of TNA than WWE. But last night it was the opposite. WWE killed TNA. And it was
I think something they need to do with TNA, especially maybe it was just this week's show, but it's just. The Wolfpack should be, they should not be tying Jeff Hardy and RVD together because as singles guys, they could be so much bigger. And they even have Jeff Hardy in a month anyway because they still got to do that shit in court, like they just postponed or whatever. But
how many times have they postponed that freaking court date, dude?
It seems like at least 2 or 3, but I would say 3 maybe. I don't know.
Right? Yeah, it's been crazy, dude.
I thought they ran out of continuances. I thought they had to go through with it this last time, and then when I heard it was postponed again, I was like, how?
in some deep shit, man. And so, I mean, we've talked about it here. I mean, he's got felony drug charges, you know, I mean, trafficking charges, too, which is not, I mean, you're in some deep shit. And then North Carolina drug laws, we've talked about it here, are very, very stiff. So, I don't know, man. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I think he only got about a month. I don't remember the exact date of the new trial, but I think he's only got about a month before he definitely has to go in to face these charges. Hey, let's talk about some news and rumors. There's been a ton of shit going on. We had a couple of releases from TNA, and then we're going to get to a lot of backstage WrestleMania news, rumors, all that good stuff. Who was backstage, and just a lot of stuff. As far as TNA releases are concerned, the Nasty Boys, which I know are going to make a lot of people happy, are no longer with TNA Wrestling. I sent somebody an email yesterday, and I'm still waiting to hear back. But there was a story going around that there was a TNA function not too long ago, several weeks ago, where Brian Knobbs showed up and caused the scene, and there were Spike TV executives there, Dixie Carter was there, and Hogan was there, and TNA management was not happy, and they had no other choice but to let him go because it caused a big issue in front of Spike TV executives. So,
wasn't the Honky Tonk Man that was saying all that shit?
The Honky, well, and that's another thing, man. He posted it on his website, and who knows, the Honky Tonk Man has, I mean, come on, guys. This is the guy that, 2 months ago said he was in talks with TNA and Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, he was there. Yeah, he said he was going to be in the company, and then the next day on that Bubba show laughed his ass off. He said, yeah,
right, and then he said something like, I was just messing with the internet or something. So, but here's the deal. The Nasty Boys have definitely, I mean, we can confirm that they are gone from TNA. They're not on the TNA roster anymore. They are done with the company. So something happened, whether you want to believe the Honky Tonk Man or not, and, you know.
Well, they're gone either way. Isn't Consequences Creed gone, too?
That's the other one that we were just going to talk about. Consequences Creed, he is gone. He posted a note on his Twitter account basically confirming that he had been released from TNA. He says, thanks for the support. Yeah, it's true. No more TNA for me. So now it's time to do work, son. The only thing that can beat a Creed is a Drago. A Drago?
Ivan Drago. It's a Rocky reference. We play the goddamn theme song every week for commercial. It's even Rocky IV is the theme I'm playing. It's Rocky IV is the theme.
I've never seen a Rocky.
What are you, a dumb person? You're an American human being on this planet Earth. You haven't seen any of the Rocky movies.
I haven't seen any of the Rocky movies.
Have you seen any of the Godfather movies? We closed the show on the Godfather. Have you ever seen the Godfather?
I've seen none of the Godfather movies.
Oh, my God, dude.
I don't watch movies. You know I don't watch movies. Come on,
you should watch movies, man. Movies are better. I don't watch TV because TV's fucking stupid. Movies are good, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't do that. Hey,
what was the other thing? TNA also, they had Brooke Adams, I guess is a former WWE diva. She debuted last week at the tapings for last night's show.
Right. Remember they used to do the thing. You never watched ECW.
No, never.
What they used to call it, the expose.
Oh, okay. That back then, yeah. That was how Kelly started, the Extreme Expose or whatever.
Well, it was Kelly, Layla, and Brooke who debuted in TNA last night at Impact. So yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So that was. She was in a segment, I believe. She's
Eric Bischoff's new secretary.
Right. They did the backstage segment where she was introduced. So she was there on Impact. It looks like she's going to be there on a weekly basis. New secretary, so it's like to be in an angle. What else do we have for news? Oh, Ezekiel Jackson. He was not used in the Battle Royal at WrestleMania. And a lot of people were wondering why he posted a message on his Twitter account where he said his father passed away. So,
did we ever find out what was up with AJ Styles on Impact? Did you notice that his hand was covered in blood at one point?
Yes, dude, I did. How? I don't know. Somebody sent. Was it you that sent me a message last night that said Jesus, or maybe it was Tim Brown.
It was me. Yeah, it was disgusting, and nobody was talking about it. I was like, does anybody see this? Like, his hand is fucking disgusting right now.
Yeah, dude. I don't know how that happened, but I did see it last night. I don't know what the deal was. I'm looking for backstage news here. WrestleMania. As far as get to some WrestleMania backstage news. As far as the Undertaker is concerned, he is scheduled for upcoming house shows. With Shawn taking time off or retiring, whatever you want to say, but I believe it's time off. You're going to need some of your top guys to be around. Taker, I believe, is going to continue for the time being. He's not going to be around for too much longer either, man, and he's going to need time off. Usually after WrestleMania, on a yearly basis, he takes time off.
I've heard that he's scheduled for a few TVs, but then not the European tour, and he's going to be taking time off from everything pretty soon.
All right, yeah, no doubt. It would seem likely, man. He's got bad knee injuries and back issues, all sorts of issues. So, be interesting to see.
What was the other thing? Rey Mysterio's entrance. We never talked about that. What the fuck? Yep. What the fuck up?
The